Welcome back to the Analogy Lab. This is video 2.2, Crew Documents, Copilot in Microsoft SharePoint, Series 2, Comms and Protocols. The title on screen captures exactly what this video is about: operating the modern flight manual. Intelligent navigation, structured data extraction, verified protocols. In this video, we cover how Copilot reads your SharePoint library and surfaces answers from the documents your organization has already written. Let's get into it. Finding organizational knowledge is fundamentally broken. The SharePoint intranet holds every flight manual, policy, and safety presentation. But finding the right document in a library with hundreds of files is slower than tapping a colleague on the shoulder. Look at the two paths on screen. The old way, keyword search to 100 blue links to manual folder hunting to frustrated email to colleague. The new way, plain English question to AI processing to one synthesized answer. Arrow 1 verifiable source link arrow workflow continues. Copilot fundamentally changes how we extract knowledge from the library. Teams is where the crew talks. SharePoint is where the documents live. The Copilot does not change, but the instrument in front of them does. Understanding the aircraft requires separating the radio from the manual. The radio, Microsoft Teams, live, dynamic, conversational, fleeting, where the crew communicates in real time. The flight manual, Microsoft SharePoint, static, authoritative, structured, permanent, the organizational memory. Two instruments, two completely different jobs. The same Copilot reads both. Retrieval, not creation. This is the most important distinction about Copilot and SharePoint. In Word, the Copilot helps you write. In SharePoint, the job is entirely different. It surfaces answers from content already written by your organization, for your organization. The data extraction protocol on screen shows exactly how it works. Scanning array reads the existing document base, AI synthesis extracts the answer, and the output is a verified extraction from existing content. No content generation. Good documents in, good answers out. Copilot reads what exists. It does not write the manual. 4 ways to interrogate the organizational library. The flight attendant does not memorize every manual. They know exactly how to find what you need. HR policy, cockpit instruction, summarize the remote work policy. Copilot response, max 3 days remote, core hours 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Source, HR policies, remote work policy version 3.2. Onboarding, cockpit instruction, summarize the first week checklist. Copilot response, IT setup, day 1, welcome session Tuesday, sign code of conduct. Source, HR onboarding, new employee guide 2024. Templates, cockpit instruction, where is the project proposal template? Copilot response, executive summary, scope, timeline sections included. Updated March 2024. Source linked directly. Leadership and QBR, cockpit instruction, key outcomes of the last QBR. Copilot response, revenue plus 4%. Western region outperformed, Northgate project flagged at risk. Source, leadership, QBR, Q3 2024, business review. Verification is always one click away. Copilot reads accurately, but the original document remains the authoritative record. Every answer includes a hyperlinked trail directly to the source. Use it. Look at the 3-step process on screen. 1. The claim. The answer, Copilot surfaced. 2. The citation badge, the superscript reference. 3. The source link, the direct path to the original document. The example, employees may submit claims up to $500 without executive approval. Source, expense policy 2024.pdf. 1 click, verified. The original document is the final authority. Trust, but verify. The ultimate stress test for an intranet. New starters are the most common victims of an undersurfaced library. They have questions. Senior colleagues are in meetings. The intranet exists, but nothing is findable. Look at the diagram. 1 new employee in the center, 4 senior colleagues, all unavailable. The question mark is what happens without Copilot. Every question becomes an interruption. With Copilot reading the library, the new employee types the question. The answer comes back in under 30 seconds. 0 interruptions. 5 days. 5 questions. 0 interruptions. Guided solely by Copilot reading the SharePoint library, a new crew member navigates their first week without tapping a single shoulder. Day 1. What do I complete today? Day 1 checklist returned immediately. Day 2. Where is the IT form? Linked equipment request form provided directly. Day 3. Northgate project status. Plain English project briefing delivered. Day 4. Expense claim over $500. Policy summary with approval process explained. Day 5. Week complete. Under 30 seconds per answer. 0 colleagues interrupted. The library was always there. Copilot made it answerable. Copilot respects your organizational security boundaries. The Copilot can only access what you have permission to see. SharePoint permissions apply to Copilot exactly as they apply to you. Look at the permission boundary schematic. The HR director asks to see the Q3 restructuring plans. Copilot reads from the leadership site and returns the answer. The new employee asks the exact same question. Copilot hits the restricted access boundary and stops. What you can see, the Copilot can read. The boundary is absolute. Copilot never surfaces content from libraries or sites the user is not permitted to access. The laws of operating crew documents. A reliable instrument requires a tightly managed environment. Copilot's utility is governed by 3 non-negotiable dependencies, shown here as the operational constraints triangle. Content quality at the top. Copilot reads what exists. Poor documents produce poor answers. Security at the bottom left. Permissions are the boundary. Copilot operates within your access levels. Verification at the bottom right. Source links are provided. Use them. Trusted output only happens when all 3 are in place. The instant diagnostic test for your library. Want to know exactly what Copilot knows about your SharePoint environment? Run this test on your intranet homepage today. Open the Copilot panel and type, "What are the most important policies and procedures available on this site?" Read the diagnostic outcome. A rich answer means a well-stocked library. Copilot successfully navigates organizational knowledge. A thin or vague answer means your content needs immediate attention before deploying Copilot at scale. This is the fastest way to audit your intranet in 30 seconds. When the library gets its own crew. Today, you ask and Copilot answers. Tomorrow, SharePoint agents are deployed directly inside the site. They are the flight attendants who live in the library, ready to serve every passenger around the clock. Look at what is on screen. A SharePoint site with an agent chat pane open. The agent says, "Welcome to the HR portal. Would you like me to walk you through your first week checklist?" The passenger never raised their hand. The agent was already there. That is Series 4. Coming next, stepping into the engine room. The crew talks in teams. The documents live in SharePoint. In Series 3, we go somewhere most pilots never look. The systems that power the automated processes keeping the aircraft running. Power Automate, Power Apps, Power BI, Power Pages, the engine that runs while the captain flies. This is the Analogy Lab. Series 3, the engine, coming next.